So as I work through this process, you'll see I'll start to reuse a lot of existing props that I've got. So, and it's quite cool to make some and quick and easy to make variations on a theme. So let's take this guy and quickly make some variations. So I think what I want is just have play with a number of these orange things, green things rather. Brain hurts. Okay, let's do this. So if I delete this line, I think, then I can clone that guy, and I can then quickly connect up these vertices again. So we have there, click down, hold, drag, click down, hold, drag to there, and now I've got two lines. So let's maybe do that again. Drag it up there. Delete that guy, and we'll drag that bit this time. And get it roughly into place, that'll do. Now I can weld those guys. You can see it snap together. And then I can connect up again. So let's do that. Cool, and then we've got some variations, and I guess, like, you know, I can mess with the proportions a bit to give myself a bit more interest, so maybe make him just a little bit taller. Cool, that's good. So let's take this guy again, and I noticed from my reference that quite often we get, let's see, these kind of bases which are cut into the pavement, presumably so the bollard can kind of automatically go up and down. So let's just have a look at something like that. Now, to some extent this could all be done with textures, but let's just model it for the sake of it. So I'm going to drag this down because it's going to go through the floor a bit. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a tube, which I don't normally use, but yeah, I could make a tube. We could also do this. So let's just do this. If I clone this guy, I can do Control V to clone it, make a copy, and I'm just going to take one edge, like that guy. Control I to invert the selection, and then delete all of that, and then I can now drag this over here, make those guys corners, scale it down like that, and I do actually want to refine that, I think, so let's just drag that down, and I think having it off the floor is fine, so let's do this now, I think. And now really these guys should be parallel, but I want to make sure that I'm not looking at through the floor, so we can do that, and nobody will know the difference when we see it kind of from way over here. That's not going to read as being anything at all, just read as going into the ground, so that's fine. And we'll stretch this out a little bit, and then so I want to make this a square, so there's multiple ways of doing that, but in this particular case I think what I'm going to do is, having now, I don't need well core so I can turn it off, having now moved over here, let's do that. That's cool. So let's just turn that outside into a square. So I could add a square shape and weld it all together, and that would work. I can also use edit poly, and I think I'll do that. So let's just turn it into an edit poly, and I'm going to do this. So let's just select those edges, and let's make sure I get the axis right. No, that one, so that can go to Z, and I'm just averaging out the distances on one of these edges, so that going to Z, oops, X, thank you, X, there we go. So now we've got our square shape on the edge, and I can just select the boundary now and just drag it down, and that's our base for our bollard. And I guess, you know, because you can texture into here, or we could possibly subdivide it if we wanted to, but that will do for the moment. I think what I might do though is just make that inside a bit darker. So let's just shift select a ring like that, and then I can go and change the material ID to find a darker color. So if I press F2, it'll take off that highlight selection. So I'll just spin up, so that one's going to be green, and then that one's going to be very dark, so that's good, like that. Okay, so that's a couple of good variations, I think. Maybe probably do more with this. I mean, obviously I can reuse this base on both of these, so let's maybe just delete some of those guys. I could just have a big, like that. That's good. Okay, cool.